Hi, Jaden. No. Okay.
Move today. I get to move today. I get to move today.
Hey guys, welcome back to Camandjaytoday. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today is going to be a video and it's going to be the single mother tag. It's going to be all about my experience as a single mother. So let's get right into it. The first question is, how was the first few years of Jaden's life? So the first few years of Jaden's life was very interesting. It was good. I had so much support. I had a lot of support from my mom and my sister and my family. So the first year was really good. I remember my mom being so helpful that she would take Jaden and like hold him all the time and feed him, and like, you know, she'd always be like, get some sleep to me all the time. And I used to remember, like, as a new mom and a young mom at that, thinking like, he's not gonna think I'm his mom. Like, he's with my mom so much that he's not gonna know that I'm his mom. And I remember freaking out about that. And I remember my mom saying in her Jamaican accent, like, no, don't even worry about that. He knows exactly who his mother is. And I'm not gonna go into the Patois accent for you guys, but if you know any Jamaican people or have any Jamaican relatives, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. So the first year was really good. I had a lot of support. I was able to learn. My best friend, of course, was the internet. And I really used the fact that I am a millennial to my advantage. I also was addicted to TLC, Baby Story. Oh my gosh, I watched that so much. Like, I watched that all the time. So I was completely addicted to that. It was me and Jay, and we had lots of support, and we were good. The first year was great. Next question is, have you ever felt judged as a single mother? I cannot. Actually, it was more so when I was younger. I got pregnant with Jaden when I was 19, and I had him at 20. So, like, in the first couple of years, I was so judged. I was judged everywhere I went. You could see the looks, you could see the stares. People were kind of curious. You know, they thought I looked maybe too young to have a kid. So it was really not a great experience, like going to public places with Jay in the first couple of years after I had him. But now that I've gotten older, I'm 30 now, things have really changed. I think that just by the way that I speak and how I am and how I like interact with the public, I feel like they kind of get the sense that I'm not just a little teenager with a kid, and they kind of give you more respect for that. I think that people certainly do judge, and you know, it's hard for them to kind of hide, a lot of people, how they feel. But as of right now, I don't feel judged at all. Me and Jay, we go do our thing, we have fun, we high five, and I don't feel judged at all. So the next question is, have you ever felt bad about being a single parent? So, I mean, I would be lying if I said that I hadn't felt bad about being a single parent. When you are a new single parent, there's a lot of different emotions that you go through. You know, like, am I doing enough? Am I doing everything right? And you have this need to try to overcompensate, let's say. Like, I felt a need, like I had to, you know, try to overcompensate because of the fact that I was a single mom to Jay. So I feel like that was a struggle for me at one point in time. but it didn't take really very long for me to realize that I'm extremely, like, nothing changed just because I had a child. I was still driven. I'm still motivated. I'm still a go-getter. I still want the best for myself. And now that Jaden's in the mix, I want the best for him as well. So no, I don't feel bad about being a single mother. I try my very best to be a good mom to him and do everything that I can. And I think that it shows character when you are, um, when you could be in a situation that is maybe more unfortunate, so to speak, than others in a relationship that has two people. But that's what I want. I want him to be strong. I want him to have character. I want him to be determined and motivated. And I hope that I can pass that on to him. Um, what he learns from seeing me operate as a single mom, trying to raise him. So the next question is dating as a single mom. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have a weird answer for this. To me, see, dating as a single mom for me is not hard. That could be because I don't date that often, maybe. But I think that when it does come to dating, I just don't find it that difficult. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, sometimes I think, oh, well, I'm working and then I'm at home being a mom and it's kind of hard to meet people. People talk about meeting, their partners in grocery stores. When I go into the grocery store, there's like hay rolling across the floor. There's nobody in there to meet when I go. I don't know. But I utilize online dating, which is, a lot of people utilize that. And I feel like when I get to know somebody enough to meet them, it's super simple. As of right now, like as of current, I keep Jaden out of my dating life completely. I just feel like at this point in time, if I am dating someone, I just want to get to know them, really get to know their character and where they're coming from, how they were raised, what their morals and values are before I even think about introducing Jaden. So for me, my answer to that question is dating as a single mom is super easy. Um, because my son doesn't have anything to do with my dating life. And if it got to the point where I felt like I knew someone well enough and they really aligned with the morals and values that I want for myself as a woman, and also the morals and values that I want my son to be exposed to, then that would be the time where they would be introduced. And I feel like for me, at that point, we would be, in a very established relationship. So dating as a single mom for me, as of current, is super easy. So the next question is, has motherhood changed you? Yeah, motherhood definitely has changed me. Of course, when you become a mom, you kind of get that maternal instinct. For me specifically, I find it hard to like witness anything terrible happen all of a sudden. After having Jay, like I could watch horror movies and you watch the news and you just think, oh, that's bad. If you see something negative. But now for me, after having a child, I'm like, oh my gosh, those parents, how must they feel? Like, oh my gosh, what if that was Jaden? And then I find myself like watching the news or watching, unfortunate things that happen. And I find Jaden and I'm like, okay, this is what you do. Keep your eyes open, be careful. Like, for me, that is how I see, like, that's one of the places where I see a significant change. But as far as motherhood changing me, I would say, like, I was always a pretty driven person. I always had pretty, like, I always had an idea of what I wanted to do and, like, what I was trying to, where I was trying to get in life. And I feel like now my time frame is just not so lax. Like, before I had Jaden, I was like, okay, I want to go to school and I want to get a good job. And I knew that was going to happen on my own pace. But I feel with Jaden, everything is just sped up in my mind. I just want to do the best I can, as thoroughly and as quickly as I can, and, save money as fast as I can, and just try to get everything lined up. So by the time he gets to the point where I am, he's really set up and he really has a good foundation. And as a single parent, especially like on the point of finances, you know, sometimes you can be at a disadvantage. And so I just want to overcome that hurdle as quickly and as swiftly and as, you know, smartly as I can, basically. You guys know what I'm saying. So the next question is, what's the best part of being a single mom, and what is the worst part of being a single mom? And I mean, the best part to me is like just experiencing your child, like experiencing them be born, experiencing them learn how to walk and learn how to talk, experiencing them navigate life, experiencing their love towards you and the love that you feel towards them. That's the best part of being a mom in general. Like that could never be replicated. There is no way that I could have ever known the different emotions that I would feel after having Jaden. The worst part, I think, is it's kind of weird. It's almost the same thing in a weird way. It's like the moments where you're like, I hope that he's learning enough, and I hope I'm teaching him enough, and I hope that he knows how to interact with those people outside in the world that aren't like me, his mom, who is just a raving fan of his. You know, it's watching the stumbles in life. You really want your kids to get through them okay, emotionally intact, physically intact, and you just want them to be prepared for everything. So I think it's exactly the same answer, just on the flip side of it.